Hello everybody, today is Saturday and it is December the, sorry, I got a wild hair going here. What is today? December the 7th, I do believe. So it is time to start getting ready for Christmas cookie time. So I don't know about you guys, but we are constantly needing to make cookies. You know, neighborhood exchange, work Christmas party, just friends invite us over, the kids last minute, Mom, we need cookies for a Christmas party at school. Something like that always happens. So instead of, I was calling it a meal prep, but I guess it's a cookie prep. So what I want to do is I'm going to make 6 cookies today, 6. And I'm going to make them all from this 1950s cookbook. You guys know I love this cookbook. If you are new, my daughter got me this cookbook off eBay, I believe is where she got it. And I have loved it and fell in love with it ever since. So I have other vintage recipes up if you want to check those out. But we're going to make Christmas cookies with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 6 types. And then I'm going to get those into the freezer. So I will bake a few of each because we're actually going to a Christmas gathering tonight. And so I will take a platter with me, but then the rest I will put in the freezer. So as everybody comes at me, I've got some cookies that I can just pull out and bake. I know Tuesday I already have to send some with Charles to work. I know the 20th we have a big neighborhood party. I have to do cookies, so it just never stops. So I'll probably have to do more cookies than just these 6 recipes later, and I will share those with you as well. But anyway, let's go on and get into it. I'm going to tell you the 6 kind of cookies that I'm going to make, and those of you that bought the cookbook to follow along, I will go on and tell you also what page I am getting it from. If you do not have the the cookbook, no worries. We are going to have that all printed out for you guys. So all you got to do is go down in the description box, click the link, and it will take you to our website, and Charles is going to have all that printed out or typed out for you, everything you need to know, and you can print it out then and just have it with you if you want to make some of these, which I'm sure are going to be wonderful cookies. Okay, so we're going to make chocolate drop cookies, and that is on page 186. Coconut kisses. That also is on page 186. Molasses cookies, that's on page 187. Southern cream cookies, page 188. Butterscotch thins, page 189. Scotch shortbreads, page 192. All right, guys, let's get started with all this baking, and the house is gonna smell wonderful, and I will let everybody try this at the end and let you guys know what my family thinks of these cookies. And I might even find out tonight at our gathering what our friends think of these cookies as well for you. So let's go on and jump in. Let's start with the chocolate drop cookies. Okay guys, once again, real quick, I am not going to be giving measurements. I'm just gonna tell you what I'm putting in, and then on our website, the link is down below. You will find the actual full recipes, measurements, everything. So, like I said, let's get started with the chocolate drop cookies, but I wanted to show you guys, look, I just absolutely love it. Instead of an apron today, I'm wearing my boa. That was made for me, and it's got the hand towel, so I can just easily dry my hands. I love it. What a cute idea. I'd never seen one before. All right, let's get cooking. All right, so the first thing that we want to do is cream together our butter and our shortening. And then we're going to slowly add our sugar. And then we're going to add our egg and mix until well combined. Now I did double this recipe, so when you click on the recipe link down below, this is only going to be a single recipe. But I used 2 eggs because, like I said, I doubled it. Then I'm just going to scrape down the bowl just to make sure that I get all of it really good and mixed up. Nothing's just on the bottom, not mixed together. Then I'm going to add my melted, unsweetened baking chocolate. And we're going to mix that up really good. Again, scraping down the sides just to make sure that we get all that chocolate mixed in. And then we're going to set that aside, and in a separate bowl we're going to sift together our flour and other dry ingredients. One of you had told me that the reason that they used to sift flour is to make sure that there was not bugs in your flour. That was very interesting to me. So I don't know that you need this step or not, but I am following the book exactly, so I am sifting together the ingredients. Then we're going to add our dry ingredients and the milk. We're going to alternate between the two, just making sure that it all gets good and combined. Then once that's done, you're going to add in your vanilla and your nuts. Just stir that up good. Then we're going to spoon that onto our baking sheet and bake it in the oven. Alright guys, next we're going to start with next we're going to make the coconut dreams, I think is what it's called. Let me look. Coconut kisses. That's what we're making, coconut kisses. Alright, so we're going to start with 2 egg whites. I'm just going to go on and have that in the bowl. So let's get our egg whites. So we're going to start off with our egg whites, and we're going to cream those until they're nice and stiff. This takes a little bit of time, but through the magic of YouTube, it didn't take long at all. Once they're good and stiff, you're going to add in your brown sugar. And then whisk that together until that is all good and combined. Once that's combined, you're going to remove it and add in your cornflakes, your coconut. I am using unsweetened coconut, but you could use sweetened, but it's very sweet. And your nuts. And then you're just going to stir that up together. Oh, sorry, vanilla. Almost forgot. Stir that up together, and that's it. This is so easy and so delicious. Just spoon that then onto a baking sheet. It did say to make sure that it was well greased, so I actually sprayed down my silicone baking sheet. That might not be needed, but I was worried about these sticking because they're very much like a meringue. All right, next we're gonna go on and move into the molasses cookies. And again, we're gonna start off with the shortening and the sugar and cream that together. Then we're going to add in the molasses. And beaten eggs. Just mix that until it's good and combined, and then in a separate bowl we're going to sift together again our dry ingredients. So that's the flour, the baking soda, salt, cinnamon and ginger, and once you're done sifting that together, you're going to start adding it to your wet ingredients. You're going to alternate with your dry ingredients and your strong brewed coffee. If you do not have strong brewed coffee, you can make your own just by adding 3/4 cup of water and 1.5 teaspoons of instant coffee. And then you just spoon that onto your baking sheet and bake. These do spread, so make sure you leave a little bit of room. Alright, next we're going to do the Southern Cream Cookies. And again, shortening with your sugars. I do find that they use a lot more shortening in the 1950s cookbook. Cream that together. Then you're going to add in your vanilla, sour cream, and your beaten eggs. And then again, set that aside and move on to your dry ingredients. So we're going to sift together our flour. Now this recipe calls for quite a bit of flour, so I just did a little flour, sifted it, and then added more just to make sure that I could get it all in my strainer. I'm going to add your baking powder and your baking soda. Along with your salt. And then once you sift that together, you're going to just add that to your wet ingredients. And then add your nuts. You can either stir those in or just use your mixer like I did. And then you want to spoon that onto your pan. And then once you have that all on your pan, you're going to set your pan aside. And in a bowl, you're going to mix together some some white sugar and cinnamon. Then you're going to take a glass that has a small bottom, and you're going to dip it in water and then into your sugar and cinnamon mixture. Then you use that to press your cookies down, so it makes them in a pretty shape, along with getting the sugar and cinnamon on top, which gives it that snickerdoodle kind of taste. And then just bake these in the oven. All right, you guys, so next is the butterscotch thins and then the Scotch shortbreads. Now, what I did wrong today that you don't want to do if you want to make all of these cookies is make those first, because those have to thoroughly chill. And I was just kind of going in order and not reading ahead and being prepared. So I would make those first so they can chill while you're making all the others, and then they'll be ready to go by the time you're ready. But we're gonna go on and make both the doughs and put them in the fridge, let them chill, and tonight when I get back from probably our gathering, or maybe right before we leave, then I will bake them and show you guys what those look like. So here is the butterscotch thins. You want to put some butter and shortening in a bowl. We are going to melt this. So I just put mine in the microwave. It took about 40 seconds. Then put your melted butter and shortening into your mixer. And add your sugar and your brown sugar. Cream that together. Then you're going to add in your eggs. And flour. Baking soda. Vanilla. And mix that until well combined. Once that's all combined, you're going to add in your nuts. And then you're going to take a piece of parchment paper and you're going to split it into 2 logs. Wrap those up in your parchment paper and then put them in the refrigerator. It only took about an hour for that to chill. Then you're going to slice them with a knife into thin slices and put them on your baking sheet. And I will show you that in a moment. Now on to the shortbread. These are so simple and such few ingredients. You're going to start off with a cup of butter. And you're going to cream the butter. Then very slowly you're going to add in your sugar. You want to just do it as slow as possible because this is kind of a dry dough. So you need to give it time to mix everything together so that it doesn't just turn into crumbles and stays nice and combined. Once you get your sugar in, you're going to very slowly add your flour. And then just put that into a bowl and put it in the fridge to chill for about an hour is all it took for mine. Now I'm going to cook those two up, but I'm going to start with the shortbread because that needs the oven to 300 degrees and the other one needs the oven at 375. So all you do is roll it out and cut it with your cookie cutters and pop it in the oven. That's it. Very simple, very much like sugar cookies. And then as far as the butterscotch thins, like I said, all you do is cut it. Sorry, I don't have that filmed. I thought I did, but I don't. And put it on the baking sheet. So here's what it looks like once you slice it and put it on the baking sheet and just pop that in the oven. So here it is, all ready to go. I just thought I'd show you what it looks like all packed and ready. This is what we are taking with us tonight. All right. So I was going to have the family, I'll tell you what they thought of everything, but we are very late for our Friendsgiving. We're supposed to be there at 5, it's already 5:30, and I just want to go through it real quick. We did try all of them. We love them all. So here are the chocolate drop cookies. You guys, these are so good. They taste like a chocolate cake without icing. So we sprinkled a little bit of powdered sugar, even though it didn't call for that, because that just gave it that little bit of extra sweet that like a cake would get. Okay, and then next we made the coconut kisses. These taste like a Almond Joy or a Mounds, whichever one doesn't have chocolate on it. They are so good. They're like a meringue. If you don't like coconut, you're probably not going to be a huge fan of this. Well, you definitely won't because it's very coconutty. But this is one of my favorites. This is so good. I have Brooke looking at me because she's like, that was so good. All right. Then next we made the molasses cookies. Here they are. These taste like a gingerbread cookie. So if you like gingerbread cookies, you would definitely like these. They're just a little bit less of a kick than a gingerbread cookie. So I'd say they were like a mild gingerbread cookie. Very, very good. They're very soft. They're not hard at all. They're very good. All right. Then the Southern cream cookies. Up, I just dropped one. Here they are. If you guys can see, they have the cinnamon sugar all over them. These are so good. They taste like a mix between like a pecan sandy, but without the pecans because it's walnuts, and a snickerdoodle. They are definitely my second favorite. It's between these and the coconut for me as far as favorites go. All right, and then we moved into the butterscotch thins. I have those right here. These turned out so good too. They're nice, sweet little cookies. The recipe did call for walnuts, but all I have was pecans, and I think they turned out fabulous with the pecans. So I would probably continue to make them with the pecans. So definitely, I would make all of these. Well, and I'm using them for Christmas nonstop. So here is the shortbread cookies. And these turned out wonderful. Here comes Charles even said they had a fabulous flavor. They're buttery. They're flaky like a pie crust would be. They're super, super, super delicious. They're not over sweet at all. Just what you would expect a shortbread cookie to be. The only thing with these is watch them when you cook them. And you cook them very low temperature at 300 degrees and cook them for a little while longer because you just want them slightly browned, or they will burn very quickly and then they won't have that flaky taste. There's Charles still a one. So that's it, guys. That is all 6 of these fabulous cookies from the 1950s. Check out that cookbook if you have not already. Here it is. Sorry, here it is. Check this out if you've not already checked it out, because it is wonderful. I cook from this all the time and I love it so much. All right, and there's a Charles. I'll see all of you guys, thumbs ups. I'll see all of you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we are decorating our Christmas tree and we're gonna make our applesauce cinnamon ornaments that we make, and we're gonna string popcorn and cranberries, and we're making a Mississippi roast for dinner. So it'll be a great day. So we'll see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Bye everybody.